third grade classroom then, I guess, and we were all like rushed into one room. I remember that though, and all the teachers were crowded around the TV, and I remember Mrs. Wingard at the time, because she was going on sabbatical, and she started crying, and I didn't actually find this out until I had her in 5th grade. It was supposed to be that her husband was supposed to be on one of those planes, but...
So was your dad.
Yeah, I knew that.
I was in 6th grade, and I didn't find out until everyone else already knew. So it was just surreal, and I know that her brother had to go home from school because her dad was supposed to be on one of the planes.
But he wasn't?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. My mom was, actually she was in Manhattan that day. I was on my way to my 9th grade science class. Crap. Yeah, we didn't even know what happened after the class before, and when we went there, like, oh yeah, the Trade Center got hit. We were like, yeah, okay. And they put it on TV, and like after that, like I went to the office, and then we tried to get in touch with my mom, but all the cell service was down. So we didn't hear from my mom for like 3 days.
Oh wow.
So, because you couldn't get through, no telephone, telephones were blocked, all that. But yeah, it was crazy. That place was insane. And then it was just the crazy part is my sister's birthday's the next day, so
really?
that just made it worse. Yeah, it was intense. Yeah, it was like my dad was freaking out, and like I didn't know what was going on at the time, but you know you couldn't even get out of the. You couldn't drive through. Everyone had to get out. My mom told me, she's like, they couldn't even get in taxis, couldn't get in the cars. They had to all walk across the bridge. So she literally walked from Manhattan to Brooklyn. It took her like a couple hours.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
everything's all right then.
Yeah, she's fine. She was a couple blocks away. Like she heard the plane. Like she was outside smoking a cigarette, and she like heard the plane. Like everyone was like, "Oh, that plane's flying low," and they did. And they're like, "Oh." And they started, booking it, starting getting out of there.
Sorry.
I think I was in 2nd grade or 1st grade, and I was walking to class in line, and I found out, and my mom called me and came to pick me up from school, and like everyone was crying.
Did you?
I was in 2nd grade, Mrs. Lone's class, waiting for my mom to come get me at school. That's about all I remember.
I was in 4th grade actually. I just came back from overseas on September 6th, and I was in my classroom. My teacher, she had one of those TVs that were on the carts, and she rolled it in, she just turned it on. All we saw was the smoke, and none of us really knew what was going on. I just remember everybody crying, and I wasn't sure what was happening until I got home, and then it was all just shocking for little 4th graders.
Yeah. Where were you coming from? You said you were coming overseas?
Yeah, I was in Bosnia actually that summer.
Really?
Yeah. So I was visiting my grandparents. So.
Okay, and then you flew over. So obviously thinking of all that.
Yeah, it was
planes
just,
and
I was just like thinking, like how many more days, like, and it could have been.
I was in 5th grade at the time, and all I remember was at the end of the day in school, they handed us a piece of paper, I think explaining to our parents why we didn't go out for recess that day. And I remember going home that evening, just seeing the scene, just seeing the planes hit the towers on the news. They just kept replaying that. And at the time, I was 10. I didn't really understand. Actually, I was only 9. Actually, I didn't really understand what was going on or why it happened, who was responsible. I just remember seeing the buildings go down.
You did know though? Did you know about it being in New York City?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just hearing about the World Trade Center. It was in New York. I have a cousin who lives in New York. I remember my mom maybe calling her or asking her mother if she was okay, because I think she was living in the Bronx at the time.
Oh, really?
And I ended up finding out that she could see it happening from a bridge.
Really?
When she was driving.
But everything was all right?
Yeah, everything was all right, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody we knew was impacted, but obviously many people, unfortunately, do have family members and
That's
friends.
True. All right, thanks, DJ.
Thank you.